And we're back with the next episode, so it feels like ages since we've actually been on this server, but anyway, what I have got planned for this episode is going to be adding a new building at which I'll tell you about a bit later on, but first we're going to be coming back to our barn where we're finally going to be placing our first floor in. Now for this then, what I've decided to actually stick up there is we're going to stick a wheat farm up there. So for this, what I'm going to do now is actually work out how I can actually place it up there, and I'll see you in a sec once I've placed our first floor. Okay, so I've added our first floor and I don't think it looks too bad at the moment. To get up, what I've actually done is added a ladder in the corner, but I may change that later on for a slime elevator or something like that, because it's a bit better to get up that way. Apart from that though, what we need to do now though is actually add a wheat farm in, which is the tricky bit. Also, one thing I forgot to tell you about is around our spawn area. If you can remember, we had it all decorated up nicely for Christmas, but seeing as Christmas was ages ago now, I have actually taken down all of our decorations and changed it up a bit. But anyway, let's see if we can get a wheat farm working. And here's the finished wheat farm, so it's actually a bit smaller than I would have liked, but what I may actually do is stick one on each side, but for now it'll be alright. Apart from that though, let's just show you quickly how it works, as you just pull this lever up here and then all of the wheat flows down to the chest beneath. So it's pretty good how it works, but it's a bit annoying you have to replant the wheat and the levers up top. Apart from that though, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out again. What we are going to do now though, as I mentioned before, is actually build a new building. So what we're going to do is jump over into a testing world where I'm going to show you this new building, and we are just going to be building a castle. Now what I'm planning on sticking in it is like a nether portal and stuff like that. But anyway, let's jump over into our testing world. So here's a new build we're going to be adding. I expect you to see straight away what I've actually built in creative, as it is pretty large and going to take up a ton of materials, as I didn't want to have to rebuild it and start over again. But anyway, we'll be doing a time lapse of it later on in survival. Apart from that though, as I mentioned before, what we're going to be putting in one of the towers is going to be our nether portal, but for the other 3 towers I really have no idea what we can actually put in them. So if you have got any ideas, make sure to comment them down below. But apart from that, what we're going to do now is actually go ahead and actually build it in survival. Before we do though, what I should probably show you is where we're actually going to build it, as I forgot about that. So where we're actually going to put it then is on the left hand side of our barn, where we've already got a nice flat space, so we can just stick it straight on top. But what I need to do in a sec is actually gather all the resources to build it, but I'm not going to show you that bit. So what I'm going to show you now is actually the time lapse of the build, and again I hope you enjoy. That's all of it completely finished off then, apart from a couple of the rooms we need to furnish inside, but I just need to get a couple more materials before we can do that. What I am going to do now is show you the rooms that I have furnished. It is only a couple of them at the moment, but I just want to show you where I've actually put the nether portal as well. But I'm just going to head in now and I'll talk you through a bit more of the rest of the building. As you can see then, this room's a bit bare at the moment and could do with a little bit more decorations in it. But for this episode, all I wanted to get done really was to get the main foundations of the building done, which we've done, so I'm pleased about that. But what we will have to do in future episodes is actually tidy it up a bit and just add a little bit more to the rooms. But one good thing now that we've actually got another portal in is we can actually use it to connect it up to the nether hub, as I believe it's Biggs that's actually been working on it, so we can travel between portals to get to other buildings easier. We have still got our train tracks, we can use that. We have also got another portal to travel as well now. But anyway, we're just going to leave it there for this episode, and again, I hope you enjoyed.